the sun and the moon sign, because the moon's in a full moon tonight. So I have to talk about the sun and the moon in one video, because I said cool. So the sun's ruled by Leo. That's the fixed fire. That means they have a fixed vision. They can always see what is there. They're consciously aware at all times. These people are bright, and they can also like brighten up a room and other things with their not mischievous attitudes. They just know how to like bring out the best in others. Is what I'm trying to say. Bring out the best in others. These people have to. You know, that's what they feel they have to do, or some shit. I don't know. That's how like the Leo sun sign is. In general. But I'm like, I do other things because I'm a Taurus in the sun. I just, I'm patient. I, talk about, what I'm, feeling on certain days about animes, or just, life in general. Doing what I want to do out of the like goodness of like what I want to do, just loving myself, self love, because that's the type of guy I am. But like everybody has a sun sign. I already made those videos about the 12 signs of the zodiac. Find those videos and say cool. Uh, cause where the cool part comes in with my moon sign, because I'm an Aquarius moon of the 7.56 degrees. But that was my moon sign. The moon is ruled by Cancer, because Cancer is more intuitive, and they're more uh like no, they're more uh deeper in ways like that are they know when somebody's upset. You don't have to say nothing about anything. They'll know everything. Because they feel your pain and sorrow, and other things and all like that shit. They look into your past a lot because they're water sign. That's what they do. But they'll say other shit and other things, because they, are water signs. They tend to dwell on things too much. Not nothing like that. Everybody has emotions. So I said Monday's coming up. Aquarius moon out here. It's not easy sometimes. People look at you certain way. That being said, everybody has a moon sign, and they act different when they get into the emotional state. I'm more of a thinker when I get more emotional, but other people are more like free spirited, fired up. You can get them really, really agitated or fired up. There's people who are also more practical. You know, they really can see what's actually there. More so than other people. Than when they get in the emotional state. But then there's other animals too. Other people's my bad doing what they want to do with wind energy in the moon like I have. Thinking about some things different ways. If you're a wind sign, and then the water sign in the moon is like the best placement for it, because like they're more intuitive. They're more in tune with the unknown, unsaid type shit. But the lower animals are more, active, driven. Specifically, if the Scorpio moon, it can be towards some good shit or some bad shit. You know, it depends on the individual. Like that's what I say, because I'm an individual. When I'm my moon sign, I had cool. Because like that, that's what I'm an individual, not that other thing. But I'm in this world for human being interaction. So calm down. You gotta watch my other channel, and he calls it. My sun signs in Taurus, 16.54 degrees. So I'm more in tune with my Mercury sign, since it's one of those type of sun signs. I'm consciously aware of, how people treat themselves. If they ain't treating themselves right, I ain't gonna follow some shit, or like even help that person out. Out here living in the streets, I ain't gonna give nobody some money who ain't gonna take care of themselves. Use that shit to better themselves, love themselves. Self love over here. Not even heeding calls to shit like, rules and regulations too much. That's there, right? but like certain things are, you know, not worth, bringing up. Like parchment and paper is important for me. You hear me talk about shit on my other channel, but you know, when I'm in my sun sign, I'm more like introverted because Taurus is an introverted sign. Like all Earth signs are, Capricorn and Virgo too. So they're more introverted, but they like do shit too because it's practical. That means you see what's there and you like to fix things, help people out. You could also like get physical with people too. Like I like to get physical too, but like only like when I feel like it. Another thing, and then other people have different kind of introverts in the sun sign. The water, Cancer, and Scorpio and Pisces, they all are more type of introverted. When they're themselves, they're more introverted. Uh, when they're not, they're like more emotional. They could be like not like as emotional and more fired up or more. It depends on what that moon sign does. I knew some people who were more practical, like seeing more what was there when they got in their emotions. But like as they're like normal person, who they are, they're not like that. That don't make sense to some people, but it makes sense to me because I'm an astrologer. Because the sun is a conscious mind, what you're consciously aware of, and the moon signs your subconscious mind, which is subconsciously aware of. People have certain placements and like angles off of their like you know, planetary placements. So I have to talk about that in the video too. But yeah, that shit's real. You gotta find that shit. You know, it's like the vibration. That's the sun sign, the vibe, and then the frequency is the moon. Energy, that's the rising sign. That's something else. I ain't gonna talk about that again. That's in the house video. Oh, but the moon sign was about how people are more emotional and other things and how they deal with that shit. People don't need that, you know, disturbing their life, but that happens, to some people. Introverted when they're more angry, or not angry, but just deeply, emotional about something. You struck a chord with them. They want to be more, some type of way. You know, I have people in different constellations of the moon signs and shit. I don't know what the fuck that's like. I said, fine. Niggas are doing this over here. That's cool. Oh, oh shit! I had to, yeah, you know that moon sign's like your subconscious mind and who you could count on and shit when you're like by yourself. That's what I do. I think about my future a lot. That's what I do. Future sight user, right here. The sun sign is there, and then the moon sign's there too. You gotta learn like the relationship between each because they're like the most important. The subconscious mind and the conscious mind. What you're consciously aware of every day, just going about your day. Then when the moon comes out, people are a little more emotional, but like maybe not. If you're more water introverted, you might need your more rest. That's what I would recommend for y'all. Uh, More rest and like really more fucking communication maybe too, but mostly rest. And then somebody for like who's a fire sign when they get that way, they should like go get some air, talk to somebody, whatever. I don't know. That's just somewhere else. You know, Wind signs just gotta like talk so they don't get themselves headaches. I used to have headaches and shit before I was like talking on YouTube, so I'm like, great, now I'm doing that shit right now. But like, yeah, the struggle is there because Earth sign is in the moon, so not the moon, the sun. My bad. But Earth signage in the moon means that you see shit more clearly when you're emotional. Like as far as what's there, what's physically apparent. What's physically apparent, you see that shit. I have to talk about each sign, sun sign, moon sign, like later date. But this is like just the general information of the sun and moon, like the placements. The best placement for the sun is in Leo, and the best placement for the moon is in Cancer. Just those two. They have the moon and the sun. They're special like that, but not really. That's where I come to realize. They are. They're their own people, but they're doing other things where you know these people are you know interesting to me. Like everybody is, depending on what degrees you have in the sun and what type of person you are. That's what I like. That's how I know I'm myself. I said I'm of these degrees, and like you know being strong and like not independent, but like I'm always independent, right? But I know that other people are out there for me, way out there where I'm not at. That's what I'm saying. You know, I just like to be more to myself, to like keep myself right, stick to what I believe in. It's not stubbornness, it's just strength. Following what you believe in, and doing that, continuously. It's patience too, but the moon sign is for me is more uh or just me being like thinking for myself, and also like knowing I'm like somebody out here. That's all I'm saying. Just somebody out here. Just knowing I'm somebody out here. Nothing like crazy. Uh, just knowing I'm somebody out here, and like other people or some people out here too, and I want to like meet these people. Basically, if you're a friend, you want to try to be my friend, that's fine. That's cool. But if you ain't, then that's not cool either. I don't like dumbasses either. Like that's another thing with my mood sign. I don't like dumb shit too much. Too much game playing, and that moon sign gives you like that's your frequency. That's your like true power. Yeah, whatever. You know. Yeah, that's just whatever. Some people think otherwise. It's the for me it depends on the individual. Like, your sun sign might be more dominant in your birth chart depending on the person. For me, it's in my like first house, so it's fine. I just be me though too, and just know that everything's all right. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun on this channel. You know, once we get this car and other things next year, these phones, these fucking tablet, laptop. Start traveling around America, get this hurdle so I can like always ride my nuts against it. Always talk about anime and shit. Like today wasn't one of those days, but I'm getting this video out there because I'm like, yeah, I gotta do that shit real quick for people who follow me. Eventually we'll get better, but the kingdom starts out small and then rises, over time, and it comes through from people who want to do and not just people who don't want to, and people who not who don't want to do but do for like themselves too. Mostly themselves first over here on my channel. And believing, sticking to what they believe in, no matter what. I could believe this, you could believe that, but it didn't matter because we were individual animals, human beings that had cool. I'm just trying to live my life and shit. I ain't trying to like put nobody down or anything like that. People can calm down and other shit. I don't have time. Oh, with that being said, I gotta love myself more and like always, like lower nature and higher nature things. I don't even, I don't eat carbs for that shit. It's just me. Yeah, you gotta stay cool, corner on the corner.